is Mundo Field, and I'm the representative for GP Connect in Paraguay. I want to explain a little bit about our project that we have here with social entrepreneurs. So we started our project in Paraguay with a contest. We made a contest for social entrepreneurs to be able to apply and send in their projects, and we would give our prize to the winner, to the best project. And so through that process, there were some 75 applicants. So the winner of the contest won a prize, and with that prize, she was able to begin her project. And then GP Connect in Paraguay would go to the place where she's doing her project and monitor the progress and the impact that it's having. The prize is not just a prize. We're not just giving money away. It's a loan with no interest. So the project has to be something sustainable, something that in time can return the funds so that it can be used for the next social entrepreneur. So the winner, her name is Analia Melo, and she's from the province of San Pedro. It's some 2 hours and a half away from the capital city. She works in what's called a cooperative. Her work is basically focusing on women who, in the rural areas, usually are left alone at home to just take care of the children. If they don't have children, just sometimes they stay at home and they do some other kind of work. So it's a kind of a waste of manpower. So her idea was to find something that the women can do that generates some extra income for these rural families. And the idea that she presented was creating mobile roosts for chicken so that these hens can lay eggs and that they can sell these eggs in the market. The project is not just a mobile roost, it's a whole approach of how to deal with the women, how to treat them, and giving them access to the markets. They started off with this project, which was, like I mentioned, a mobile roost. It can hold up to 50 hens, which, especially selected hens that just lay eggs. And they move them around the garden or the farm, and so they can eat, the grass or the worms underneath that selected piece of grass. So you can move it around, and they're always eating fresh grass, and it gives time for the grass, the patch where it moved over, to recover. Also, if there's bad weather or if it's too hot, you can move the hens to the shade. So that mobility factor is an added. It was an interesting, creative idea that Analia presented, and we liked the idea, but more than that, we liked the approach that she had, that was really inclusive of the whole community. Even for her to choose her participants, she had a pool of 40 to 50 women who were applying to her program, of which she selected 10 people. We've been visiting the communities there, and if you take into consideration 10 women represent 10 different families, and each family has at least 4 to 5 people. So you're talking about impact to 40 to 50 people with this, and each family has been given 50 chicks, and they have to let the chicks grow, and they're given also capacity building seminars where we bring in veterinarians. We bring in other kind of specialists who explain to them how to take care of the hens or the chicks, how to make sure they don't get any kind of disease, or what to do if they do get some disease, how much to feed them, when to feed them, all these kind of details, so that they can take good care of the hens, which are going to be their main source of income. And it's different from just a normal hen that lays eggs irregularly. These hens are going to lay eggs. 75% of them are going to lay an egg every day. So you're seeing at least 35 eggs per day, 35 to 40 of the 50 hens, because they're laying eggs every 35 hours each hen. So with the current market in Paraguay, they can probably see about $18 to $20 a day if they sell the amount of eggs that these hens can produce. So then when we went there and we visited the families, we saw all kinds of different situations. Some families really adopted the system well. They followed the rules that Analia set for them. That their chickens looked really healthy. The hens looked really healthy. It was very positive result. And then you had some other families who kind of adapted, to their own way of doing things. Other families had other situations where they had a family accident or some kind of situation that didn't allow them to take care of the chicks, and so many of them died away. So now we've gone through a whole process. This has been taking several months, from getting the equipment, from starting with the contest, selecting the winner, and then giving them the prize, and then them using the money from the prize to do their project, and then even from the project itself, it was from the beginning educating the women, selecting the women, educating the women, then giving them the chicks, 50 chicks to each family, and then the chicks have to grow to hens. So it's really a whole process going on, and so now we're at the stage where the chicks have grown, to the size of respectable hens, and they're going to start laying eggs in 2 weeks. And once they start laying eggs, the next step is you have to sell the eggs. So what we're doing is there's a flea market, or a kind of like a fair, where these women can go and they can sell their products, and that's the whole purpose of this project. So they can sell the products, so they can be self-sustainable, and between these ladies, they're starting to organize to see if they can have maybe 3 of the 10 take the product every Wednesday and Saturday. This is when they have the fair. Go there and set up their shop, because not everybody can go. The transportation in this rural area is not very easy to accommodate. It's not very easy to manage. Now, based on this experience that they had of raising the chicks, taking care of them up to the point where they're hens, they decided that they can also generate income through growing hens for chicken, to eat, not to lay eggs. So these are going to be chicken that are going to be sold in the market for meat, and also they're not going to be caged. These are kind of like free-range chickens, which is it's much more humane. So they're learning how to do this, and based on the experience that these women had with the egg-laying chicken, now they can also raise a whole set of different group of chickens that are destined for the market for consumption. So it's really a learning process for the women. It's giving them a whole wide range of options, and also things to do in their house, because before we visited the houses and we asked what do you do normally, and usually they just hang around in the house and they have a lot of free time, and so they're really excited. The interesting thing was to see how excited they were when we asked them about their chickens, and they're very proud, and they're talking about their chickens, and like, yeah, and this one had this problem, but we we take care of it or whatever, and they were explaining to us. So it's interesting to see how it also helps, I think, their pride, to see what they're doing. They can see the results, and so I think we're very happy with this project right now, the way it's going, and we're going to continue monitoring, and if there's new developments, we're going to report them.